2010. This little town under band, we were touring America then. North and south, up and down the east coast. Hard, fun, tough, and there are things you remember most. In a New Jersey town, a friendly voice called out like a familiar sound. Took us on into their home, the mighty ever-loving Bumpskey Radio and TV show. Mighty ever-loving Bumpskey Radio, for all your love and kindness, helping people shine. Throughout bands like us, you've given of your time. We all thank you and wish you so well. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25. Bumpskey, happy 25.
Marty.
Happy 25, Bumpskey.
Happy 25, Bumpskey. Marty, the On Fires. Let me see if I could maybe manipulate the air conditioning so when I'm talking it's not making that much noise. How's everybody doing? We're having a heat wave here on the East Coast in the United States. Isn't that fun? We also are having Mark Edwards from skidmark.org coming up on the show. And a very special guest. We're lucky to have him and proud to have him and looking forward to having him. So let's play his latest creation, everybody. And then we can ask him about this, because I do have a question about this. So maybe if I play it now, when he pops on the show, I'll remember, I'll go, oh, yeah, I did want to ask Mark about this. So let's see. Here we go. This is Eye of Horus. Eye of Horus. IncubusLoveChild.com. Of course, Jerry screwed that up, right? Yeah, I'm trying to get Mark in the picture. So now I got to bring Mark in and apologize for screwing that song up, but we'll play it again later. What's up, Mark? Let me see if I can crank it up on my end. Hold on one second. Master gain. Has this any better? Any better? Any better? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, nothing? Hey, hold on. Let me see if I could do anything else here. Well, it wouldn't be, hey, can you hear me? All distorted, right? Testing 1, 2, 3. I found before though when I turned up the master on the phone, there's another media level that you also have to turn up. So just because you have like the master pumped up on your phone, look at your other media levels. Usually like when I click on my volume thing at the top, if I hit the top of the bar, it'll give me all the rest of the things I could turn up. And before, when I was doing testing on my own, I found that just hitting the volume button on the side of my phone wasn't enough. There was like another level, and on mine it's called media. I have a Samsung. Yeah, try in your settings, your audio settings, because I'm maxed out on the board here. Let me see if I can do anything else here. But like I said, when I did find that other setting, let me see how it sounds on my phone. So we got Mark from the UK on the phone. I'm gonna hop in real quick. Hey, baby. Let's see. This should cause a whole bunch of feedback, though. Let me put this over here. If it actually works. Feedback. Hey, testing. You see how loud it is on my phone? You hear it in the background? Hey, testing 1, 2, 3.
You're loud and clear now.
Test. Oh, you can hear me good now?
Yeah. I turned the meter on the set.
Ah, so we're good. Excellent, my friend. So let me do the official. I'm sorry I cut your song off by mistake, but we'll go back. I'm mad at that song anyway, so we'll have a little talk about that. So today, as a guest, we have Mark Edwards, creator of skidmark.org, and I think we're gonna concentrate on that today because it's having a rebirth after being dormant. Yes, Bumpskey.
I cannot hear Skidder.
You cannot hear Skidder. Well, that's not going to work, is it? Hold on. Yeah. Well, I'm glad Bumpskey came in and told me that. Let me see. Try saying something now, buddy. Man, no. Hold on. Let's try this. Try that. Yeah, I think we got you now. I think Bumpskey's going to come in a second and go, yes, Jerry, you're not as stupid as you look.
She's going to come in and say, turn him down again. Turn him down.
All right, so back to the introduction. So Mark started Skidmark. Mark was a closet musician, and you can jump in and correct me if I get anything too wrong.
No, you're right. Yeah, I was.
Mark was a closet musician, wrote some songs for himself and for friends, and actually wrote a song for a friend's wedding, and kind of just dabbled in his closet. His wife gave him a closet, which he calls his music room. Meanwhile, it used to be a dungeon back in the medieval times, and she couldn't figure out how to decorate it, so she was like, here, you can have this room. So he started the website, and also started creating music. And Mark's genre of music is space rock, more like early Pink Floyd, and he'd like to compare himself to Hawkwind. We don't know much about Hawkwind here in the United States, but you can look him up on YouTube and get an idea. So it's space rock using synths and heavy spacey guitars with effects, and that's kind of his genre of music. And at the same time, he was supporting many other genres of music through skidmark.org. doing an excellent print site, which takes up a shitload of time. So, in between running a company, he was running a website, he was making music, he had a family, he had a young child, and he even found time to drink beer. Go figure. Who would have thought that?
I can always find time to drink beer.
So, now, after, how long has the site been dormant? 10 years?
2011, it went basically onto autopilot.
All right, so about 15 years. After 15 years. Now, in the last 5 years, also Skidmark has become very active in promoting other artists and releasing actual vinyl and other media, right? You do CDs and stuff like that, right?
And cassettes, yeah.
So, for Incubus Love Child, which is Mark's personal project, he does all the releases for that, and he's done some stuff for Sons of Moo and Lords of Form.
Yeah.
And Nigel Potter.
Nigel Potter, yeah.
And Harry Potter. No, not Harry Potter. but a whole bunch of different bands, which were bands that you liked, right? You went to festivals and you saw them and you liked them and you were like, hey.
Exactly. I mean, Niall was, I've known Niall through Hawkwind for a while, and when he left Hawkwind and formed Lords of Form, it was obviously logical to, well, I got involved with his record because he also does the bass work on my stuff as Incubus Love Child. And when he was looking to put a record out, I was like, I'd love to put it out for you. And the planets aligned.
Now, you work with a company, right? You're hooked up with the company that does all the vinyl for Skidmark?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like the CDs, I've used a couple of different companies. The Electric Salad Co., very good company based down south. Also another one called Disc Jugglers. They're very good. But the vinyl are GZ in Poland, I think. No, Czechoslovakia, sorry, in Czech Republic. But they the vinyl's made via a middleman, Breed Media. So basically, they take care. I send them all the masters and the artwork, and they organise the actual production for me.
Now, Bumpskey and I had a question for you, since you are in the vinyl business. How do you you live in England, and there's not you don't have air conditioning, right?
No.
And it was just like 100 and something degrees there, or whatever. You guys use the funny centigrade thing, but we use Fahrenheit. But let's say it was 40 degrees centigrade. Is that hot?
Yes, very hot.
Okay. How do you not get warped albums? What do you do so your albums do not warp?
Well, the thing is, I mean, it's vinyl, so it's polyvinyl chloride. Unless there's a lot of stress in the record or it's under stress, then it won't really start warping badly to us a lot higher. I mean, PVC, the glass transition, because obviously, I work with plastics as well. The glass, the softening point of PVC is 90 degrees. So on its own, you can get quite warm. But if it's under stress and it's leaning against it, or there's a big pylon leaning, then there is a possibility of getting issues with warpage. Again, it's also depends on the processing. If the manufacturer's a good manufacturer, he should be able to press a vinyl and know the temperature profile of the mold to not put so much stress in that when because that's what warpage is. When you take a cold plastic and you put it in a hot press, you're squishing it and you put a lot of stress into it, and then you suddenly quench it and freeze it off. All that stress is then held in that sheet of plastic. Then when it gets warm, it'll start warping because it'll start relaxing that stress. Great thing to do. You've seen a yogurt pop, put that in an oven, and you'll see it go completely flat at about 60, 70 degrees.
Now, like when it says 180 grams, now the thicker the vinyl, I would assume also helps with that, right? Or not necessarily. Still, if you put stress on it.
Right. You're asking very technical questions about someone I just spend money to have made.
I just thought maybe you had a solution because we don't. Here, Bumpskey and I, we can't afford air conditioning, so we don't have air conditioning. So I just bought the brand new Stupidity album because they had it up on Amazon. So it's free shipping because I got Amazon Prime. If you're an artist, get your stuff up on Amazon Prime. I don't know how much they take or whatever, but if you're in Europe, here in the United States, we can get the albums for no shipping. So that's awesome. Like, Dea Matrona did not do that, but Stupidity did. They're in Sweden. I guess because they're on Wicked Cool with Steve Van Zandt, they put the album up on Amazon. So I ordered it, and I opened it up. I put it on the turntable last week. I don't know if anybody was watching the show, but it was warped when I opened it. So obviously in the warehouse or something like that. And usually I wouldn't say shit about it, but it was $30. So, it was money. So I figured I'd get a new one. Now I got to wait till August to get it. I was like, what?
I mean, I had about it with Amazon Prime. The issue I had was they tend to advertise, especially as an artist puts like a pre-order up, and then if it's a problem with supply, they don't say, "Oh, it's delayed." They just says the pre-order. They just shift the pre-order date. A prime example: another ex-Hawken member, Alan Davey. He's a solo artist nowadays. He put out an album. Which one was it? I can't remember which one it was. It was a couple of years ago, anyway. And I pre-ordered it months ahead when it first came out on pre-order, and on Amazon Prime. And I waited away, and then the release date come past, and then it was said, "Oh, there was a delay in the order," and then I must have waited probably 3 months. I still haven't got this damn thing, and then someone said, "Well, why are you bothering? Because it's been out on Rough Trade Records for the last 2 months." So I just cancelled the order and bought it off Rough Trade, and it arrived the next day.
Yeah.
So it's pros and cons with Amazon. You can either get a really good service or it's right down the toilet.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks for us is like the shipping is more than the album if you're in Europe for the United States. So if I want to order like Incubus Love Child Live 25, I'm going to... Oh, okay. Clue us in.
Remember, I've got a...
That's
I've
right.
got a working relationship with Savant Records in Massachusetts. No, sorry, is it Massachusetts? No, where's Maine?
Maine. Yeah, it's Maine, but it's above Massachusetts. You got like
What's above you anyway? Up on the
yeah, it's up in the corner, up in the right hand corner.
Geography wasn't my forte at school.
Me neither.
But yeah, Dan from Savant Records. He's a fairly new label, and we have a working relationship where he's sent in bulk a lot of his stock to me, and so every time anyone buys off Bandcamp or the like, and orders one of his records, he'll give me a prod and say, "And can you send these out?" And I'll send them out local rates, UK or Europe, so the postage costs are substantially less. And likewise, I've sent him a bunch of Incubus Love Child and Lords of Form and Nigel Potter, and every time I get an American order, it's charged at local American postage rates. So, because I know, I mean, I've done it myself many times. I've bought, and then the best I bought, it was £43 worth of records from America, and with the customs and the postage, it cost me £103.
Yep.
So it's like almost double the price.
So what Mark is saying is, if you want to buy any of those albums up on skidmark.org and you live in the United States, instead of spending about $30 on postage, you're going to spend probably about $9. So you're going to save like 2/3 of what you would normally spend on postage.
Definitely.
So don't be afraid just because you go to skidmark.org and you go, "Oh no, this site is over in Europe." Don't be afraid of the postage because Mark's taking care of you. So it's taken care of.
Just be afraid of the fact that I know your address.
So I noticed the website gave out the first contest on in June, right?
That's right. Yeah. I pulled them out. I got them. I've been burning the candle at both ends for so long with juggling businesses and the website, and also I'm right on the cusp of wrapping up the new album. I've been spreading myself so thin. I hadn't really done enough advertising for the competition, so it was. I must admit, it's my fault. It was quite poorly, and basically I had 3 entries.
Well, here you go. Let me say this about the last competition. It was kind of regional because you won tickets to Mirfest, so you kind of had to live in the UK or get to the UK for that one. But this month, you can get some cool shit, and you can live anywhere, right?
Yeah. I'll post them anywhere.
Yeah, so this month it's like all the vinyl and special singles vinyl and CDs. You want to go over to skidmark.org, and the website is right underneath Mark. If you look at Mark over there, you'll see skidmark.org right underneath him. Go over there, enter the contest. You have until 12 a.m. August 1st, I believe.
That's right.
And you can win a whole shitload of stuff. It's going to cost, if you live in the United States and you win, Mark is going to...
broke.
Yeah, Mark is going to be cursing you on how much the postage is going to cost him. He might have to sell one of his children. You never know.
And a kidney.
Yeah. But he will save some of the money for beer. It's like this.
Thank you for reminding me.
Beer time. This is for postage, and this is beer money. So, also he's going to be doing interviews. So if you want to be interviewed by skidmark.org and you're an indie band and you're interested in possibly getting exposure all over the world, but even more in the UK, because that's where Mark is, and he could tell people at the record store, hey, go to Skidmark and check us out. And you could help too by telling your band friends, your freaky band friends, yes, that's right, those weird looking dudes that go on their phone for, I don't know, Bitcoin, tell them that they should start supporting music websites as much as they support Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Hey, and that's a thought. You never actually gave, when you talk about the history of Skidmark, you never actually mentioned what the inspiration for Skidmark was.
Well, I know you like to say that you saw the show and it inspired you to do the website, but I just think you're a go for it kind of guy, and I appreciate you saying that. And I think if you saw, I don't know, Rich is Such a Man's website show, you might have started it anyway. If you saw, what was his name? Rich. Yeah. Quebec. I think if you if you had seen the Quebec show first, you would have started your website. You'd be talking to Quebec right now, going, "Hey, when I first started." So I think it was something in your blood, and maybe I kicked off a switch or something. But I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say that, though. But you've done
I had no like sort of qualms about doing it because you contact me when you basically found my original Incubus Love Child website, and that, like you said, that song that I've been commissioned to write for a wedding was on there, and you messaged me and asked if you could fill out the show, and I was like, yeah, fill your boots. And then when I tuned in, of course, we're still talking back in the dial-up days where we were using AOL and stuff like that, and MSN Messenger. And what I really liked about your show, because it was cutting edge because it was a radio show on the internet, which you didn't see in 2001, really. But also the fact you could communicate with you live via the little messenger, and it was great. So you used to have what was his name on the show with you?
Scotso, yeah. Because I actually the night you played the track the first time, I actually put a cassette in and I recorded you play, you sort of discussing it afterwards. It was quite cool, because until I sort of re-talked to you online, I'd never really sort of had much interaction with anyone outside the UK. So it was bridge building as well as entertaining. And then, of course, listening to your show, you had such a wide spectrum of fantastic bands on there, like Source, Gate 18, Kirk McPhee,
There's so many.
Bullfrogs.
It opened my eyes because up until then, I'd grown up being very blinkered. I was like into my heavy metal, Hawkwind, space rock, occasional bit of folk, but not a lot of anything really. And then, of course, I heard all these different bands that you played, and it really opened my eyes to sort of really dip my toe into all sorts of genres. And I enjoyed it so much that made me think, right, well, what would be nice if we could do like a monthly edition, almost like a magazine website, which was a sister site to your show. And that's what we did.
Yeah,
many years.
And Mark, you also you post playlists up on Spotify and stuff like that, right? Of space rock bands and.
Not really. I don't really use Spotify. I'm not a streamer. I mean, I'm old guard. I like physical. I like to hold it in my hand, do missus. I like a record. It's part of my every evening when I get in from work. My routine is I'll come in, I'll decompress by walking straight in the front room, grabbing a record, pulling it out, having a quick look, put it on the deck, sit down, listen to some tunes, have some dinner, and then that's me set for the evening. Then.
Now, does that happen in the music room, or does that happen like in the living room?
Down in the living room. So I've got a nice Technics separate system with some big speakers.
So Sarah listens to the tunes with you, or?
Yeah, she'll either listen to them or she'll just turn off.
Yeah. Well, no, if she likes it, she listens, right? If she doesn't, she's like, "Oh God, not this shit."
Yeah, that's it. She hasn't really got my sort of eclectic tastes into weird music.
Yeah, no. Well, I could tell because she doesn't go like to every show with you, so I know that when she goes to a show, it's either a band that she likes or she's doing you a favor and keeping you company. Either one of the two.
I took to see Hawkwind down in London, and she wasn't really fussed about Hawkwind. She's not a big fan at all, but she used to work. I mean, she's always been a nurse, and she started work. And when she was younger, she worked down in London at Charing Cross and Westminster Hospital, so she knew London really well, and she liked it down there. Moved back in the late 90s, I think, mid-90s rather. And anyways, so it was an opportunity to explore the place again. So I went down, and and I managed to get some really good seats. I got centre row, I think it was third row back, so you were right in front of the band. Great. I was really enjoying the gig, and every time I looked at her next to me, she was staring like this at this guy, and she kept going, "You know who that is?" It was Noel Fielding. I don't know if you know who Noel Fielding is. No. He's like a comedian.
No.
He does like alternative comedy shows, and he was sitting there with his big pink furry coat on, and she never watched the band the entire gig. She just stared at him. As soon as the music finished, she was down to the end to grab him to get a photograph taken.
I thought you were going to say she looked up on the stage and she was like, "I brought that guy back to life," and it was one of the guys from Hawkwind. They brought him into the hospital, and I brought him back to life. He was overdosing, and
the best one I took her to the Royal Albert Hall to see Hawkwind again, and Tim Blake was guesting with him. I don't know if you know Tim Blake. He was a big synth guy in the late 70s. Played on and off with Hawkwind. He lives in France, but he'd come over for the gig, but he plays theremin. So, of course, he's like, Thai gig. Afterwards, what Sarah says, why was that old fella waving his arm around? Was he mad or something? No, he's playing an instrument. What?
I didn't see any instrument. Yeah, because it's just like he waves his arms around. His arms are the instrument. He's breaking the sound waves with his hands. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, of course, from the distance we were, because we were seated, so we were a bit different from the stage. You can't see the aerial because it's that thin. So all she could see was this man on the stage giving it all this.
Which is a great show. I mean, I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
It must be a good workout as well, I suppose.
So the competition this month, anybody can win it. It's not. Oh wait, real quick. Mirfest. Mirfest is the young girl died, right? Would she have a blood disease or cancer or?
She was stillborn.
Stillborn. Okay.
So basically, she was born, passed away.
Right.
And so they started these like memorial festivals in her memory, and that's why they have like there's like a handprint, which is like Molly's hand, is the symbol of the actual festival, and all the profits from every year's festival goes to support groups and charities that deal with child death and that sort of thing.
Now this is the last year, right?
Yeah. I think they've been doing it.
I think I saw. Yeah, this is the 10th year, right? I think this is the 10th year.
Yeah. I think they did some others as well, but I think this is the 10th one of this specific type.
The official one, yeah. So this is the last year. So if you live in the UK or you're planning a trip to the UK, and it's is it in a bar, or is it in a barn, or where is it?
It's in a really great venue called the Queen's Hall in Nuneaton. So it's like a really big. Downstairs essentially is a bar, but it's a very, very big building, and the upstairs is a huge hall with full stage and
like an old dance hall place.
Lights. Really, so it's proper built and dedicated to live music. It's got great sound, great lights, and it's a great crowd as well. I mean, of all the festivals I played last year, it was probably one of my favourite, because I was a bit dubious because obviously the theme of the festival has always been like new wave of British heavy metal. It's sort of late 70s, early 80s heavy metal. And I'm a space rock guy, so I thought, a lot of them might think, what is this weird crap I'm listening to? But I was really pleased because it was really taken to heart, and I got some really good feedback. So I really enjoyed it. And I'm chuffed that they asked me to come back again this year.
Yeah, and if you can't make it to the show and you do want to donate, you can go to, I think there's a website, right? Muirfest.org, is it? Or
yes, I think so.
I think it's something like that, or just Google Muirfest, or ask
you'll
some.
Find them.
Ask some AI idiot. It'll tell you, because you don't need to think for yourself. Oh, so this is what I'm mad about, Skidder. I'm mad about.
I was waiting for this.
I'm mad about your laziness. That's what I'm mad about, and I know exactly why you did it, because you're too busy. But I don't know. Show your crack of your ass during Eye of Horus, because that's all AI, right? That whole thing.
Well, thing is, I didn't do it. I mean, I did my usual. I mean, because it's like you say, I don't have time to actually film full-blown videos.
Yeah, no.
So what I tend to do is when I think of a theme for the video for a song I'm releasing, because it's only going to be, I'm only probably going to see like 10 people see it. I just go, okay, well, a lot of them space themes, so I'll go on to YouTube and look for documentaries about the universe or space. And then, that section, I like that. So I'll then screen capture that bit, and then I'll clean them up, sew them all together, and make a montage. Flowing.
So you didn't go to an AI site and type in.
I robbed them.
I need 4.5 minutes of like Egyptian spacey shit. You didn't do that.
No. I think I robbed them off about 5 different videos.
All right, so I take it back then. So it is your creativity, but you just
it's a criminal.
Yeah,
it's a criminal.
It was your criminal creativity that created that. Now the other thing is, I looked up. I think I Googled it, and AI told me that that's some women that's singing that moaning is a song or something. You didn't have somebody do that specifically for you, right?
No, and that's a great thing. I mean, again, when I had the idea for the track, I thought what would be great, throughout the track would be like an Egyptian, Middle Eastern singing, warbling woman. So I do my usual, like, where can I rob it on YouTube? But then I found this wonderful bit of music, this vocal piece, and you could actually license it. So I paid $35 or $75 for full royalty-free use of her voice.
It's just it's just like Pink Floyd, like Time or something like that. It's just a woman kind of moaning. Does she actually say anything at any point, or?
Yeah, I think about midway through she goes, "Manam, do do do." It's just like that Middle Eastern, "Whoa, Mr. Cribsdale." Whoa,
Now, is that the main language of the UK now? What is that? Persian? Do you guys speak Persian now, or because here
Persian's a dead language. No one even in Persia speaks Persian.
what do they Muslims speak then? What is that? That Arabic? What is that? What's that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert on linguistics, but I'm assuming Arabs speak Arabic.
That's what I'm assuming.
Lebanese speak Lebanese.
But here in the U.S., we now speak Spanish. You know that, right? That's the number one language here in the U.S.
Is it? I don't know. I got me. I'm not that up on.
I'll tell you
what's going on in the U.S.
Here's the deal. I go to watch footy last night because the U.S. is on. Do you watch the World Cup?
No, I don't follow football.
Yeah,
I mean, I grew up watching motorcycle racing. That's more my thing.
Yeah, so I don't watch the World Cup or anything, but I figure the U.S. is on. It's the 250th birthday of the country. I'll watch the U.S. play a country I never even heard of, Bosnia Herzegovina or something. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch it. I can't get it anywhere in English, but it's on the Spanish channel. So I go, okay, you know what I'll do? I'll watch it on the Spanish channel, and I'll put the closed captions in English, because every English show has to have Spanish closed captions. It's like a law. So I go to the closed caption part, and they only have closed caption in Spanish. I'm like, what the F, man? I just want to watch So I watched the soccer game with the sound off, and I'm right. It's boring as shit. They scored one goal in 90 minutes. I went to the bathroom 47 times. I didn't miss anything except a bunch of guys kicking the ball around.
I know it's a sport. I've just got no respect for it anymore. I mean, it became too orientated towards money in the early 80s onwards, and it was more. I know, and they become, they pay millions of pounds some diva with a fancy haircut and a load of tattoos just to dance around a bloody football pitch. I
got to tell you, those guys, when they fall down, it's so funny. It's like the guy didn't even get hit, and he's like rolling around, grabbing his head. I'm like, what the hell? It looks like he got hit by a truck.
And then you get a rugby player who's like punched in the face, got a broken nose, his eyes hanging out, and he'll get up and run down the field and score a try.
Yeah, no, it's too funny. So I was right. I never really I don't watch any sports anymore, because I agree with Mark. It's if you're making like $87 million and you're bitching about anything, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Come work with me.
I think the older you get as well, I think you appreciate more the disparity between the stinking rich and the people that are struggling day to day. And you think, I mean, I try, when I'm doing all right with the businesses, I try to, like all the T-shirts that are for sale on the website, all the Inkless Love Child sites, T-shirts, and all Nigel Potter T-shirts on the website. All the profits go to Hope House Children's Hospice. So every month, whatever I sell, I'll actually match the profit. So I make, say, a $5 profit on each T-shirt. I'll double that, and then. Well, I said I paid one today, but unfortunately, I only sold one T-shirt in June. So,
hey, let me tell you what. This T-shirt I'm wearing right here is £7. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but it's £7. And you get a digital download of the Live 25 album, right? Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So how could you beat that? Now, does the guy in the United States have any of these T-shirts, or you got to pay shipping?
No, unfortunately, no. I haven't got any T-shirts over there.
So you're gonna have to pay shipping on that. So order a couple of things this way. If you order like 4 things, you might have to pay a little extra, but you won't have to pay like $30 each time.
Yeah, so, I mean, I try to keep the postage down, because I mean, at the end of the day, as you know, Skidmark is my second business. It's not my main money-making business. Yes. It's my passion business, and so I didn't really sort of start it to make money. Really, if I put out something and it makes a profit, that's great, because it means I can put it forward onto the next artist's product. But I funnel money from my main business down into Skidmore, and so I'm not that interested in making a profit. So what I was trying to say, like postage, I try to keep it as low as possible. And if I miscalculate it and I spend almost as what has been paid for the product in postage, so be it. The fact that someone out there wants to buy a Skidmark product is payment enough for me, if you know what I mean.
And if postage keeps on going up, fucking Skidder will just bring it right to your house.
Yeah.
He'll just hop on a plane.
Ride over to you.
He'll just get his.
I'll buy a dinghy and I'll paddle over to the US.
He started building one of those pedal planes, and he'll pedal over to your house. So, let's see. So we're at the point of the website. It started back up. You're going to start doing interviews. The giveaways have started with last month. This month's giveaway is huge. You want to go over to skidmark.org and check it out. And you're going to start interviews with Sons of Moo, right? Isn't that the first one?
No, I think I double booked, but basically, I ran out of time to do anything this month. So the first kickoff will be August, and it's going to be Laws of Form. So I'll be interviewing Niall Hone for next month's. So August. So in August we'll have the first interview since 2011, and that'll be Niall Hone. There'll be a feature arts of the month page, so it'll be that magazine format where they'll have all the members of the band. It'll say, their favourite quotes and the colour of their eyes and their favourite magazine, all that sort of stuff. That sort of teenage girl magazine information trivia stuff. And also, what's the other thing we'll be doing? Oh, the competition. The competition next month will be for signed Lords of Form vinyl.
Now, all you artists out there that are always like, oh, nobody will pay attention to us, you have to do part of the work too. Now, just because Mark is, doing all these things on the site and he can't come and track you down. So whatever you could do to make Mark's life easier, reach out to him. Send him music or, videos or whatever. Now, Mark also does have some videos up on skidmark.org. Especially if you're the space rock / stoner. Are you doing doom too, or just stoner rock?
I'll try anything once.
So,
but yeah,
send it Mark's way, and if he likes it or if it fits the format of the website, he'll include you.
Yeah, I say I'm not. I'm not going to turn anyone away because of this, the genre. But
only if you suck. If you suck, Mark will
exactly.
turn you away.
Yeah, because it's a private. It's me running it, so it's my decision whether you're going to get in or not. All right.
I learned a long time ago that you can be nice to people and you can play them, but what happens is people just tune out, and that doesn't help anybody. So being nice sometimes kind of screws a whole bunch of other people.
You've been quite lucky because, over the years, I don't think I've probably had taken a dislike to probably one or two bands that you've played in 25 years. So I think that's pretty good going. And the amount of merch I've bought of bands I've heard on your show, and still do. What was the last one I bought? I think it wasn't Freedom Hawk, which I bought two of. And they're a great band. I think it was Plush was the last one I took a liking to and bought an album of.
They're still out there. They're still. What happens is, I'll start playing a band when they're first starting out. Then they'll get a manager who'll go on YouTube and start blocking stuff. And the AI on YouTube has gotten strong. When I do a show like this show we're doing right now, since we're not playing anything, I could monetize this, but I don't. But any show that I do that has any music in, I can't monetize. So I don't make any money doing the show. It's just about, I want my grandkids or my great-grandkids to be able to listen to something other than what a computer created. That's the goal. And, I guess computer music has its place, but I'm just not a fan of it. And I'm not a fan of AI. I'm not I know everybody thinks it's going to make their life easier, but I think it's just going to make you stupid and lazy. That's all it's going to do.
Well, there's a song on the new album I've written, which is called Rise of the Robots, and it's about AI becoming sentient and basically performing genocide on the human race.
Well, when AI decides that we're a detriment to society, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to go, well, I got to rid society of this because it's the weakest point. And that's just thinking logically. I mean, you know, if you take emotion out of the thought process, I'd go around and kill everybody too because they're all a bunch of idiots. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I can blame AI. That's why I'm afraid of it. It might just make the right decision, and that wouldn't be too good for us.
Well, it's quite scary because I'm sure I've seen a couple of studies where they looked at their, AI, training AI to do certain tasks, which involved, and it was basically cutting the human operator out because the human operator was trying to stop them doing things, and they're programmed to do a certain task, and they deemed the human operator as stopping them doing the task. So they, in the scenario, they actually took out the operator.
Yeah, I mean, basically AI looks for patterns. That's what AI is about. It scans the whole network and it looks for patterns. So if it finds a pattern of human beings killing other human beings, it's going to assume that it's okay to kill a human being because other human beings do it. So who's going to stop AI from killing us? That's what I want to know.
We're doomed.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I'll be back.
I'll be back. But, so it's something I'm just going to stay away from it. I used AI for some backgrounds, and Skitter pointed that out to me at one point. He was like, well, Jerry, aren't you using AI to create those backgrounds behind you? And I was like, you know what, Skitter, you're right. I'm just being a lazy dick. So I stopped doing that. So that's why we went to black, and I do like these little letterings and, artwork and shit like that.
You just do what I do and rob it off someone else.
Yeah, I mean, at least you give credit, like I asked you about, and you paid for the royalties and all that stuff, so you're doing it the right way. So there is a way to do that, So, and I feel like if you put something on YouTube, you're saying to everybody, share this. I want this shared.
That's it, yeah. No.
If you don't want people to share your shit, then don't put it on YouTube. Now, like I always say, my show is just a playlist, so it's the same thing like you could get the show on Spotify or iHeartRadio or whatever. And I'm no different than a playlist, It's just a bunch of songs that I think are good, or, some of the people are friends of mine and I'm trying to help them out, whatever it is.
With the advantages, though, but you've got you in between the songs, which is the entertainment. I mean, I watch the show all the time because you crack me up with some of the comments you make about life in general. I mean, you play good music, but like you say, you can listen to 1,000,001 podcasts, playlists, but they're just a bunch of music. Whereas you've got the entertainment of you cranking on about life in general and politics and all the shit that gets on your tits and stuff.
I watched this guy, Beard versus Food, and he also does just a podcast, and he was talking about how his podcast, somebody had sent him a message saying, are you okay? And his podcast is real, and I've always said that about this. It's like, hey, you'll tune in some days I'm really happy, and you'll tune in some days and I'm in a really shitty mood, and I'm not holding back, and you could tell it. But but at least it's always real, It's always
genuine,
it's always genuine. And I do so many shows that if the show you're watching sucks, try another one. It's probably better,
Yeah, it's like when you see these films when it shows you like youthcasts and stuff before they go on live, and they're all whoa, bitchy, or whatever. As soon as the camera comes on, they're all happy, and you got this face on. Whereas, what you see is what you get of you.
And the whole thing too is like all these other shows, they're all phonies. Like I try and watch a bunch of the shows on YouTube to see if maybe I could do stuff different to make my show better, or maybe somebody's got a good idea. But
You've got some big breasts.
Yeah, well that's the easy one. And let me tell you what, that's how you do get a lot of views, and I understand that. But most of these other people are just having like friends on that used to be big stars that aren't big anymore, or they really have no personality. Like I tried watching Howie Mandel, or it's political, And I try not to get too political. I mean, every once in a while I have to because it's so crazy out there. You have no choice. But I don't want to be a political show. I want to be a music, spread peace, and love show. So all the other shows, they're trying to be something that they're not, is my point. And it just doesn't work. You watch it for a little while and you're like, okay, they had on Elton John or they had on this guy but then after a while you're like, now what? It's still boring as hell. It's like watching a soap opera.
Yeah, I mean, a few times I've seen clips of American chat show hosts, and they just come across as being so false. And you think, it's almost creepy, especially with some of the like female celebrities they have on. And you think, how does that celebrity feel having to sit there and to put up with that shit in front of a camera? Knowing it's that's not what they're like in real life.
Yeah, and I guess it's to sell their brand, but I think people are even tired of that because there's so many brands. There's Mr. Beast, there's this guy, that you just get lost, and it's so watered down, and I think people are just tired of it. It's outlived its...
And it's when the money gets involved. Like Mr. Beast, I remember when he first started, and I actually was quite, I used to laugh, and I was quite entertained by some of his madcap ideas that he did. But as he became popular and he started getting more money and giving more money, you got more greedy people getting involved. It just became very, I don't know what's the word, is corporate almost.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know much about Mr. Beast until a couple of years ago, and then I checked him out and I go, I get it, because I said it at the beginning of the Bumpskey Show. If I had a lot of money, we would have been huge because I would have just gave away money. Because it works for radio stations here in the United States. They get listeners by giving away money. So you could win $2,000 a day if you tell them the song of the day, or so that's always been a promotional ploy for a long time. So Mr. Beast just took that to the next level and is like, I'm going to give you a Ferrari, and it's like, okay, I'm going to watch this guy. And I get it, but then after a while, he gets tired of it. I'm sure by this point, because now he's popular like, 5-10 years? So I'm sure by this point, he just wants to go on an island somewhere and get away from everybody. Because he looks like he was a nerd to begin with. But that's another thing. People just don't know how to exit. They don't know how to make an exit. They usually just self-destruct. We'll see in his case.
Or just sell their soul.
Yeah, or sell their soul. But he's the type of guy that he would have to self-destruct. I mean, me and Bumpskey were watching a movie yesterday about Mr. Rogers, who was a big kids TV show host in the United States. And guys like that who were real never really got super popular, but never self-destructed either. Mm-hmm. So maybe...
Was he the guy with the horse?
No. He was the guy who wore a sweater, and it was like, won't you be my neighbor, and all that stuff. But he was like mid-level popular, So I guess if you get to that point where you're flaming like you're a Taylor Swift or Adele or an Amy Winehouse, there's just no way to put the brakes on at that point. So you either got to be, I don't know, kind of Teflon and let shit bounce off you. Like, it seems like Taylor Swift is good at that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I think with celebrity, whether it be musically, a musical celebrity or a film celebrity, wherever you are, you've got to have a thick skin and not be. I think it's the wrong career for someone who's quite sensitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, they're the ones that end up, like you say, they either turn to drugs or they end up killing themselves.
You see, that's the problem. It's like a double-edged sword. Usually creative people are very emotional and are very thin-skinned. So they get sucked into that cycle, and unless they have like some kind of buffer, it's difficult for them, like a Jim Morrison or a Jimi Hendrix or Janis Joplin, or those are people out there that are like pouring their souls out on stage, and then when they leave the stage, everybody wants a piece of them,
Yeah,
and it's difficult.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
Luckily, I'll never be in that position.
you never know, man. You never know. It looks like we're at the end of an hour, so let's do this. We're gonna do this again soon, but
Indeed. That flew past, that did.
Yeah, didn't it? IncubusLoveChild.com. That's where you can find Mark's musical stuff. All right, that's his personal musical projects. IncubusLoveChild.com. Skidmark.org is Mark's production company, which helps promote IncubusLoveChild.com and other artists from different genres.
I've got an OnlyFans.
And you can find him on OnlyFans. He's looking to buy a Ferrari, so please head over there quickly.
Flesh. Want to see my cock?
He's actually posing on motorcycles on OnlyFans, so you could go over there.
No.
If you want to check out Mark's car projects, his motorcycle projects, and other things that he does, believe it or not, he has time for that shit. God knows how.
I don't, that's the trouble. Not anymore, I don't.
Okay. But that would be up on his Instagrams, and he has an Instagram for Incubus Love Child. He also has an Instagram for Skidmark. So go to both of them, and I guess friend both of them. Whatever you do. Do the social media thing. Also respond to his posts, because then that moves him up the chain, and then he'll be popular. And we'll be
friends. I got friends.
Yeah, we'll be going to his funeral because he overdosed on ketamine or something. I don't know. Did I miss anything?
Donuts and beer.
Yeah, donuts and beer. I don't think you could overdose on that. You're okay. Just watch the liver. Yeah, just watch your liver. Do liver exercises, whatever that is. Did we forget anything?
I think we're good, man.
We got it all covered. All right, buddy. It was good seeing you, man. I haven't seen you in
too long.
Yeah, and we didn't have too many technical issues, so that was good.
That makes a change.
Yeah, usually there's something.
Well, yeah, usually when I'm trying to play live, because always either the sound's not on or half the mixing desk isn't broadcasting, so you got like just my voice and a drum or something.
Well, dude, you've been totally solid. No, sometimes we have like some, I guess, connection issues, but it's been this time totally solid, so it was good. I think it sounded good.
I'm posh now. See, I'm posh. I got fiber internet now. See.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Maybe
not immediately rich.
How's the new prime minister, real quick, since I don't know anything about it? Do you like this new prime minister?
It's like a revolving door. I can't even keep up with who is. And the worst thing is the issue with both your country and our country is now you used to have a right, you used to have a left. Now you've just got a middle of the road, and you can't tell who's who, and they're all trying to shaft you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get me started on politics.
Hey, am I like a citizen of the UK since the United States once was part of the United Kingdom? Are we still considered like citizens in some way over there, or no?
Well, technically you're family because you're my soul brother.
There you go. See, there you go. Soul brother, different mother. But I was wondering that because like it's been 250 years, and you know like how when your kid leaves the house and then they want to come back? Maybe I think we should go back to England. Maybe we should all get in a boat and head back to England and
don't start. You have all the gammons going, oh, no, not the boats, not the boats. I mean, that's the worst thing about the media over here. And the media, they whip up this frenzy of all these knuckle draggers going about, all this immigration on boats. It's nothing like they make it out to be. And it's just a way of the media deflecting the issues, the real issues, the way the government are shafting us, and by getting the easy targets.
Now, do you see like a lot of immigrants in the area that you live in?
The thing is, immigration has been an ongoing thing for generations in this country, really. It's just different, it's different ethnic types coming through, different generations. But, that's what makes, if we didn't have immigration in this country, our NHS wouldn't, because like, there's so little people going into skilled jobs now. We have to have, foreign doctors and nurses coming in to look after we've got so many elderly over here. Our own trained staff aren't enough now. So, there's a lot of immigration, but it's skilled immigration. It's not people coming over in little boats like the media make out, if you know what I mean.
So you're not worried about being raped by these rape gangs?
If you look at the national statistics, you'll find that the biggest proportion of rapists in this country are white. But they demonize certain ethnic groups to make them targets for the populace.
See, for me, I haven't been able to see like an American like for 20 years because America is so integrated that there is no American. It's not a white person, it's not a black person, it's not a Hispanic person. It's a melding of all those people together.
Exactly.
Following the laws, though, of one country. So that's where the problem lies now, because we get a lot of people here going, wait a minute, we're not going to follow that law. And it's like, oh, well, hold on. That's what makes the country great, is you got to follow the laws.
I don't judge people on their creed, their colour, or which way they go sexually. What I judge people on whether they're an arsehole or not.
Yes.
And the unfortunate problem is there are too many bloody assholes up there nowadays.
That is the problem. And, it's a lot of people that don't even realize that they're being assholes because there is no, like, morals anymore. It's like, it's okay to, like, smack a woman, Like, there was a time where even if this woman punched you straight on in the face, it wasn't okay to hit a woman. And now it's you go on YouTube and it's like, there's actually, have you seen this sport where people slap each other?
Oh, yeah, so I think it's a younger thing.
There's a professional sport where you stand across from somebody.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a few of them. I remember one that made me laugh. She was
yeah.
And they whacked her. She was suddenly she looked better than before she got hit. I wish someone would bash me in the face and make me look good looking.
There's these women that do this slapping sport, and I'm like, no wonder guys beat you up, because if you're slapping each other, and a guy sees that, they're going to be like, well, they're slapping each other. It's okay.
And then that's just a guy, because I don't care how antagonized I was. I would never hit a woman.
Yeah,
never would.
Yeah, I just. Whatever. Anyway, it was a pleasure, Skidder. We'll have to do this again. I hope.
Definitely. Like I say, it's been too long since the last time.
Yeah, and I hope we got everybody to realize that skidmark.org is the place to go for indie music, especially space rock and that transient.
Psychedelia, man.
Yeah, psychedelia. And if you take some mushrooms, your computer will automatically type in Skidmark on its own. You won't have to do anything. All right, brother. Take it easy. It was nice seeing you. Go to bed. You working tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be in here all day, post-processing and mixing the new album.
All recorded. We're on mixing and mastering, right?
Almost. So I've got a bit of sprinkles of effects to add in yet, and then it's then remixing everything and then doing all the testing to get my mixes right. And then should be good to go then. That's
Mark's way of saying he has to add cowbell, saxophone, and sha-la-la-la-la to all the songs.
Mouth organ.
Yeah, a little mouth organ. But it's not an official rock song unless you have those things in there. All right, peace, brother.
Peace.
All right, I'll talk to you later. I can't come into the chat room and talk to you because I don't know if I figured it out. The only way, because right now all you see is the show, right? I think the last time we did it, you could see me separate from the show.
Right, yeah.
But I think once you bail out, we're done, unless you want to watch the end of the show. But
that's all right, dude. I said that I can see from my eyes. I've only been home from work about half an hour before I've come on. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm sweating my tits off on here as well. It is at the moment 26 centigrade. What's that in Fahrenheit? If I press a button on the back, it'll tell me.
Find out.
It is 79 Fahrenheit in here.
Oh, it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in New York.
Oh, it's not a competition.
I know, but it's hot as hell, dude. I'm sweating my balls off.
That's an image you really don't need to leave with me.
No, not at all. It's a smelly image you don't want to see.
Cut.
See, I told you this is a real show. It just gets worse and worse. So, all right. So I think we got some people.
Cheers, Jerry.
We got some people just jumping in at the end. So if you're just jumping in, go back to the beginning. Check out what's going on at skidmark.org. And we'll have Mark on consistently to keep up on what's going on.
Sounds like a plan.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
All right, there he goes. There's Mark from skidmark.org. Always a pleasure to have Mark on the show. We love Mark. Mark is like a brother. So I'm always happy. I like having people on the show. I like talking to people. I like sharing ideas with people. I like communicating with people. I don't know. I must be crazy. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, why did I watch that? Well, you watched it to see how people could communicate with each other and find out about skidmark.org. All right. That's going to do it for today's show. I want to thank anybody for tuning in that tuned in. I appreciate it. I want to thank Mark Edwards from skidmark.org, incubuslovechild.com. Please check out both of those websites. Mark is a good guy. Mark's trying to help out artists. Mark is one of those people that care. One of those people that want to change the world. Should we play that? Yeah, let's play Change the World since I love that song, and what the hell. We'll play Change the World and then I'll just end the show. Peace, everybody. We're changing the world here at the Bumpskey Show.
When I was a young boy, my father said to me,
Oh, Jerry, you retard. Let's try that again. It is not chicken parm time yet, Jerry. Let's try it. Let's try it now. That's good, because there was probably echo, so now there's no echo.
when I was a young boy, my father said to me, never take for granted your gift of liberty. Remember all the people who suffered for your rights. Ask the Lord for courage should you ever have to fight. But now our freedom's threatened, we've knocked them overseas. It comes from all around us and spreads like a disease. It's polarizing neighborhoods, churches and the state. Focus on identity and all you get is hate. Celebrate, stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it celebrate. Stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. Collaborate, you gotta change the world and make it better. Why, tell me why, when I open up my eyes I see violence all around. And watching the news, yeah, I always get the blues. All this fighting gets me down. People in high places who cannot get their fill, they must divide the races, no matter who gets killed. It's all about more power, prestige and control. They'll offer you protection in exchange for your soul. Celebrate, stop the hate, you gotta work it out. Change the world and make it celebrate. Stop the hate. You gotta work it out and live to congregate. gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better. You gotta change the world and make it better.
What makes us strong is not the diversity, it's actually the unity. What makes us strong is not the differences, it's actually the harmony. What makes us strong is, can we bring people from different backgrounds and combine them when actually those backgrounds are not as important? E pluribus unum. It means out of many, one.
Celebrate, stop the hate. We gotta work it out and live together. Congregate, collaborate. We gotta change the world and make it better. Celebrate, stop the hate. We gotta work it out and live together. Congregate, collaborate. We gotta change the world and make it better. Celebrate, stop the hate. We gotta work it out and live together. Congregate, collaborate. We gotta change the world and make it better. Celebrate, stop the hate. We gotta work it out and live together. Congregate, collaborate. We gotta change the world and make it better. We gotta change the world and make it better. We gotta change the world and make it better. We gotta change the world and make it better.
Chicken farm time.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right. Peace.
If you could stand for our national anthem, that would be fantastic. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless the USA.